everyone, I'm Eric Morsha, and this is Weekly Wrestling Blog for NXT. NXT is a, let's say, unique wrestling show. And why I say it's a unique wrestling show is because it is a wrestling show, but it's not a regular wrestling show like Raw or SmackDown. It is a wrestling show for the rookies that have been working in a elementary territory like FCW in Florida. When they go to NXT, they do NXT for a couple months, and the WWE Universe vote and plus the Pro vote. So that's why I said it's a unique wrestling show. It's not a real reality series like Tough Enough, but that's why I call it a unique wrestling show. But before I begin our blogging about NXT, I just want to say something about. I just really want to say something about Hulk Hogan and his. He said something about Edge and his retirement on via Twitter, and I'm on Twitter right now, or not on Twitter. I have his tweet right here, and I'm going to say word by word, and I'm going to do Michael Cole's words, and I quote. So this is what Hulk Hogan said, and I quote, "If any of the guys like me, Flair, Hardy, Andre, AA, Blanchard, or Hennig would have listened to doctors, we would have quit 15 years ago. But I don't know. Edge working environment because they are a media company and not a wrestling company." Alright, that's his first tweet. And when I read that tweet, I was furious. Alright, I couldn't get it out of my head for like 3 hours. Alright? That's really longer than 3 hours. And I wanted to go to Florida or go to Tennessee, go to anywhere Hulk Hogan is, and I wanted to kick the living shit out of Hulk Hogan. Alright? Because to me, that tweet was ridiculous. Now watch my Hulk Hogan blog. I'm going to be doing the blog all about Hulk Hogan because this segment is ridiculous. Alright? First of all, if this whole story is true and not a creative writing part, then then Edge could be paralyzed and be in a wheelchair for the rest of his life or die. So to me, Edge is doing the right thing. He don't want to be paralyzed and be in a wheelchair and really have to retire, or he don't want to die. And that's Hulk Hogan, a huge person for this business, have to comment about Edge? That's ridiculous. Alright? And then, another tweet he sent out, "Wrestlers work hard. What about Foley? I bet Edge still wants to keep wrestling. He wanted to blow big time." Alright? This not actually, I have another tweet after that comment. Okay, this is a tweet. And after because I guess he was getting a lot of criticism and about what he wrote, about what he tweeted, and this is what he tweeted after. And I quote, "I'm not saying anything bad about Edge, but he's a real wrestler. Stone Cold and Cena had neck surgery, and you couldn't stop them. Edge, it's in Edge's blood. He lived for this business. He's a real wrestler. He's a lifter. He wanted the real blows. He's hard to hold down. That's all." That is nothing bad. That is nothing bad. In his previous tweet, that is nothing bad. Guess what, Hulk Hogan? You can go fuck yourself. You chocolate piece of shit. Now, when we come back, we will be blogging about NXT. This is Weekly Wrestling Blog, NXT Style. So we are back with NXT Weekly Wrestling Blog. Now, like I said in the beginning, and I don't want to talk about Hulk Hogan anymore. This pissed me off. NXT, I know. you can tell that Hulk Hogan is in my mind. NXT is, like I said, a unique wrestling show because it's not a normal wrestling show. It's a wrestling show plus a reality series, kind of. Alright, and that's so what I mean by a unique wrestling show. But anyway, they take people who've been in a place called FTW down in Florida. They bring them up to a WWE ring. They made a show out of it. They made a show, and people hate NXT. I have no idea. But if you think about it this way, and I'm not saying think about it this way because this is my opinion. I'm just saying, just think about it. Okay? This is a pretty good idea. The ECW was failing. Alright, which is good. We should all know ECW is done right now. So what they did, what Vic McMahon did, he took a group of young guys from FCW who working at FCW for $50. Alright, some of them working for other independent shows, but mostly for FCW. Okay, so Vince McMahon took a group of those men and divas, brought them up to his level, and made a show called NXT. Now, I totally forgot what NXT stands for, but so he brought a group of guys and brought them up to WWE level and made a reality series. Okay? A couple weeks, people get eliminated, and we find out a winner. Now, yes, a couple winners, they have it like push them, and people talk shit about that, which some cases it's okay. Like, wow, I'm having a brain fart. Oh my. The superstar that was in TNA, he was also in WWE, but he won NXT. He came back. I would think about that. But anyway, so it's actually a good idea. Some of the story writing is bad, but the idea of NXT is good. And this is why I like NXT. Another reason why I like NXT is we have NXT and we have a show called Superstars. And the waiting for NXT kicked the living shit out of Superstars ratings. So obviously NXT is better than Superstars, but Superstars is still in the air. So why? People still watch Superstars. They kind of talk shit about the Superstars. But then I hear people talk madly shit about NXT. I still don't get it. Alright? It's a good idea, and I will admit some storytelling is bad. But it's a good idea. Alright, so tonight's episode of NXT, we open it up with Matt Swaker, the host, and he called out his co-host for this season, NXT Redemption, which is Macyce. I don't even know how to say her name. Macyce. I don't know. So he calls her out, and then he asks her, because in the past couple of weeks, she's been having trouble with her boyfriend, Ted DiBiase. And last week, Ted DiBiase, at the end of NXT, told Macyce it's NXT or it's him. And this week, we open up with Matt Swaker calling Macyce out, and he asked, hey, do you pick NXT or do you pick Ted DiBiase? Alright? And she picks NXT. That is a good woman. That's a good diva. Good, sexy, powerful diva. Alright? No diva need a man just for his money. Alright? Like she said, she can find another man with lots of money. Alright? So she's saying with NXT being the co-host with Matt Swaker. Now, I like this promo just because it's not a off-the-bat storyline, alright? They have that storyline week after week on NXT, and I thought, ooh, they fighting, alright? And at first I was thinking, is Macyce and Ted DiBiase ever going to break it up or ever going to stop fighting. That's what I was thinking when I kept watching NXT. Because they always, in some time was, they always fought. Alright? And I'm like, are they ever gonna stop? And on NXT, they stopped because Matisse picks NXT. So that's why I like that promo. Then they went to a Power of the Punch challenge. We saw this in the previous season of NXT. Brian Saxton went first. He did a 649. Then, which was pretty good. And then we moved to Jacob Novak with Masis led on, saying, you can do better. Be a man. Because he did not. He did a 456. So he lost. Now, Darren Young, I was watching NXT, but then I was also writing it down for my blog. And I forgot what Darren Young had. So if you remember, comment me the number. Thank you very much about that. Then Conan O'Brien went, and he did 770, making him win, which pretty good. Then moving on to Titus O'Neil with 801, which is excellent, and Lucky Cannon with his big mouth saying, I'm not here to do this, which is good, and making Titus O'Neil winning with 4 redemption perks. That would be 9 plus 4. That would be 13 redemption perks for Titus O'Neil. Sorry about that. For Titus O'Neil, Darren Young is 7, and Brian Saxton is 4. Everyone, all the other rookies have 0. Alright, this Power of the Bunch is pretty good. This Power of the Bunch challenge, it actually looked like they were really doing their job. It looked like they really were punching. Okay, now one more thing about NXT is I don't know. NXT this season is weird for me. I kind of like the other season with new rookies and new pros and like this. And this NXT Redemption, it's just kind of weird for me. But when I first saw this season, I was like, what is it? The foreign language NXT? Because we have Hornswoggle, we have Vladimir Kozlov, we have Chavo Guerrero, we have Yoshitatsu, and we have JTT and Tyson Kidd. Oh no, we have Tyson Kidd. He's Canadian. So Tyson Kidd is Canadian. I think he is. We have Hornswoggle. We have Vladimir Kozlov. Hornswoggle is Irish. We have Vladimir Kozlov, which is Russian. We have Chavo Guerrero, which is Mexican. And we have JTT, which is African American. And we have Yoshitatsu with Japanese. So I said, what is it? Foreign language NXT? It should be foreign language NXT and not NXT Redemption. But then after the Power of the Punch challenge, we went backstage. Oh no. No, not backstage. So after the challenge, and Lucky Cannon talked to Masis, and because then she's single, we still following Lucky Cannon exception with Masis. And then Yoshitatsu came out, got in the middle, and Lucky Cannon said, oh, what the horror? And just following this promo, which is really good. I have to say, I really like this promo with Masis and Lucky Cannon and Yoshitatsu. And she said, and Lucky Cannon challenges Yoshitatsu, and then not only challenges him, but have the ball to invite Masis to the main event to watch the match. So I thought that was really good. So far, NXT, I'm giving NXT a 5 so far. After that, we had Randy Orton, my favorite wrestler, his firm, That Is What I Am, that preview. That movie looked pretty good. I mean, I heard that a couple of people really like it. Great reviews. So I can't wait to watch That Is What I Am. Now we have to take a commercial break for weekly wrestling blog NXT Style. When we come back, we are going to talk about the opening contest.